What would you choose? A lifetime of partner without wealth or a lifetime of wealth without a partner? Again, Paul, your question is this. What would he choose? A lifetime of partner without wealth or a lifetime of wealth without a partner? Time starts now.
Well, I choose a lifetime partner without the wealth. Because ladies and gentlemen, we can all earn the money that we will receive in the future. And I think if you have a partner that is very supportive of being who you are and accepts you for who you are, then everything will be possible if you work hard together, if you have the synergy between each other. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, becoming is better than being. Thank you so much.
Of this generation, more pressured to perform better than the youth of previous generations. Again, let me repeat the question. Are the youth of this generation more pressured to perform better than the youth of previous generations?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that our youth now is pressured in our better than in generation because I believe that because of influence. A lot of youth now is influenced by social media and they are being pressured because a lot of in social media is fake scenarios, and that's why a lot of youth now is depressed, and that is relevant right now because, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Hey. Right, Summer, please pick your question. Alright, Summer, this is your question. What do you think is the best way to bounce back from a disappointment? Again, your question is this. What do you think is the best way to bounce back from a disappointment? Time starts now.
I believe that the best way to bounce back at disappointment is being just yourself. You should know how to trust your struggles, but still your kindness to the world. You can trust yourself because if you know that failure is not just about losing, it is also a learning from us that we should learn from those disappointments. Always remember that live as if you will die tomorrow and learn as if you will live forever. Good evening.
Again, Andy, you have 30 seconds plus 5 more to conclude your answer. And your question is this, Nadi. What is the hardest part about winning and the hardest part about losing? Again, Nadi, your question is, what is the hardest part about winning and the hardest part about losing? Time starts now.
The hardest part of winning is some people cannot accept it, cannot accept their defeat. And the hardest part of losing is you question yourself kung ano nga ba ang mali sa'yo bilang isang tao o bilang isang manlalahok. Lagi po nating pakatatandaan, huwag nating iisipin kung ano ang sasabihin ng iba because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's not about them. Thank you.
And this is your question, candidate number 11.
Parang si Paul talaga siya.
If there's one day in your life where you can use, again, you cannot use technology like phones, laptop, and television, what would you be doing and why? Again, if there's one day in your life where you can use technology like phones, laptop, and TV, what would you be doing and why? Time starts now.
I am not a very personal and close to my parent or my mother. The only thing that I will do without phone is to say sorry to her, to say thank you to her, and lastly, to say I love you to her. And I would spend that day of my life letting her feel how much I love her even though I am not very vocal about my feelings. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you so much as well. At pwede itong sagutin either in Filipino or in English. Alright, Ioana, this is your question. If you could change something negative about yourself, what would that be and why? Again, you wanted the question is, if you could change something negative about yourself, what would that be and why? Time starts now.
Ano nga daw po ang gusto kong baguhin na negatibo sa akin sarili? Yun po ay ang pagiging sobrang mapagbigay at mabait sa kapwa. Pero ito po ay nagiging negatibo para sa akin dahil ako po ay naabuso. Pero para sa akin, ang kabutihan ko ay ang magbibigay inspirasyon sa aking kapwa na mas maibigay nila sa iba pang kapwa nila na ako ay maging mabuti at mag-share pa. Change the way you look at things, then the thing you look at will change. Nasa kanya-kanyang perspektibo po ang mga bagay-bagay. Lagi po natin piliin ang maging mabuti at ang maging mabait. Maraming salamat.
Alright, thank you so much. Candidate number 14. So now we have candidate number 18. Your question is this. If you had an extra 30 minutes each day in your life, what would you do and why? Again, the question is this, number 18. If you have like an extra 30 minutes each day in your life, what would you do and why?
Thank you so much. At 30 minutes extra day in my life, I would change the perception of other people to us LGBTQIA plus community. Because I always think that 30 minutes can give them and can change them the perception to us. Kaya po nitong baguhin ang pagtingin sa amin dahil hindi lamang po pagtanggap ang hinihingi namin, kundi pagmamahal. Because I believe that love conquers all. And if you would love LGBT community, then we can have a better place to live in. Thank you.
Right, that was candidate number 18. Alright, now we have candidate number 22, Ms. Gretes Cunanan. Right, Gretes, please. Minsan swerte daw yung ganon. Alright, Ms. Gretes, this is your question. What, according to you, is the most important part of a beauty pageant and why? Again, what according to you is the most important part of a beauty pageant and why?
Thank you very much. The most important for me of a beauty pageant is the Q&A portion, which the candidate can tell their story into the eye of many people. That's why I'm standing here in front of all of you, because I would like to tell my story to each and every one of you, that no matter what happened, even though that I am a part of LGBTQ community, we can be more than the best way we can. We can achieve all of the dreams that we want in our whole entire life. Like me, I myself is an epitome of success. I always believe that as part of LGBT, we are not just for power, but we can be successful. Thank you.
Alright, that was candidate number 22, Gretes Cunanan. Now let's have candidate number 23. And your question is this. Do you believe in the saying that says, what is essential is invisible to the human eye? Again, number 23, the question is this. Do you believe in the saying that says, what is essential is invisible to the human eye? Timer starts now.
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. Isa lamang po ang gusto kong sabihin, hindi po natin kailangan maging perfectong tao dahil ang kailangan lang po natin ay maging mabuti dito sa ating mundo. Kinagalawan. Thank you so much.
Alright, candidate number 23, and now, our second to the last candidate number 29. Your question is this. If you were a genie in a bottle, who would you like to serve as your master and why? If you were a genie in a bottle, who would you like to serve as your master and why? Time starts now.
If I were a genie in a bottle, I would like to serve those who are in the marginalized sector,
since those are who lived in unfortunate lives, having poor and uneducated lives in their communities. And so if I were to be a genie in a bottle, I would like to give them the feeling of prestige, along with the privilege of having to educate themselves, not just simple education, but quality education. And then we can create a compassionate community where everyone belongs and everyone is loving and accepting. Thank you.
All right, that was candidate number 29. Now we have candidate number 30. The last for the question and answer portion. Alright, Aliyah, please. Kahit isang na lang, ikaw yung bumulat niyan. Alright, this is your question.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Wala pa. Alright, the question is this. If you could be remembered for one thing in your life, what would it be and why? Again, Aliyah, if you could be remembered for one thing in your life, what would it be and why?
Well, I believe that me, myself, is a epitome of transgender woman who has a vision and mission in life. I myself is a chairperson of Barangay Youth Organization in which I empowered youth because I believe in them. Lagi nating tatandaan na ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. That's why I put my most effort and my most power to build this organization so that I could help the youth to empower them. And I believe that because of this, I will be remembered. Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you so much as well, candidate number 30, Aliyah, and that concludes our question and answer portion